All right, let's go ahead and get started. Good morning, welcome in everybody. All right, it is Tuesday. This is the last trading week of February, and uh, the market has started to uh, warm up a bit. We've seen some pops since we've been down here on support. Um, some very interesting uh, news that has come out. I'm not sure if anybody has seen. There's some stocks that have taken a big dip because of an article that was put out. It's very interesting. American Express, Visa, IBM. These stocks took a big hit, huge dump, and basically, this it was an article that mentioned some hypothetical AI disruption of the economy, and these stocks were mentioned in the article. Some of these stocks were mentioned in the article, so they took a huge dip. Now, if you're like a portfolio manager or managing like um, big money, sometimes these guys will pull out, will sell first and think later, versus looking at fundamentals. You know, so this is likely the case because nothing has fundamentally changed. So these types of panic plays, surge of volume here, they're likely to have some sort of mean reversion back up. So that's an interesting idea there to trade. All right, so I just want to mention that real quick. Those aren't the main plays, but it will be interesting to watch how they bounce. All right, so we're seeing continued weakness in the SPY, and um, seeing continued weakness in the SPY back down to this area. What I do like is that we have some names like Nvidia that are relatively stronger than the market. Nvidia is flirting with a daily breakout, and we have earnings. We have earnings coming out also this Wednesday, so it's going to be interesting to watch. Be an interesting play. I was trying to grab something yesterday, but couldn't quite get something going. But it's going to be a play that or potential. It's a potential play there. So let's start with Nvidia. You can do NVDX if this is out of the range. All right, so this is a daily level, multi-month level actually on Nvidia. So you see this daily. This is the level here where I have the pink, and it's just been trading underneath it since November, the beginning of November, and every time it pops up there, it shorts. So it's a big area. Multiple traders are looking at this area for potential breakout. So yesterday we had the pop. It kind of flirted with it and dropped, and it's holding on top of. It's at yesterday's low, Friday's high. So it's a good area. We could see some buying back up to 192. So looking at Nvidia from a technical standpoint. All right, let's talk about. We'll come back to IVRX. VIR. So VIR, this one has fresh news, prostate cancer, strong cancer data, surges caused a surge, and earnings. So looking at multi-level breakouts here. So the daily gapped up, popped up here post market. It's been trading. It was up pre-market as well, and then caught resistance, and it's been trailing under VWAP. So looking at price to recover, see how it recovers, if we can reclaim VWAP and then have more trading back to the upside on VIR on fresh news. All right, AMD. AMD announced a partnership with Meta to buy up to $60 billion of AMD's AI chips. All right, so this is a big news announcement. AMDL is the cheaper ETF if you want to trade. So that's one of the top fresh news names for me. There's two others that someone mentioned in the chat that have fresh news. I'll come back to them. I'm just keeping them on watch, but I have a few others that are more important for me. All right, so AMD, VIR, those are the top two fresh news names for me Also, otherwise, the AXP, the Visa, those are some that may have a big reversion play to kind of keep those on watch. All right, so let's talk technicals. IBRX. So this was the best play for me yesterday. I I still look back at how I could have got more out of that trade, but this one has been it's been it's been stair stepping on the daily. Price pop sideways, popped again, gapped up. A lot of volume yesterday. Quite a bit of volume traded yesterday, and then now it's holding up well. So we'll see if IBRX chooses to continue, volume comes in, and we have more trades on that one. So we have some levels to trade around. We're within yesterday's range, daily range, but we have some clear levels to trade around. So see if IBRX gives us another trade. I did not. So LR. So wait, before that one, AMDO. I want to comment on. Talked about NVIDIA. I'll come back to that. To Google. Okay, so let's talk about some of the if I call them maybe second or third tier names that I'm looking at, and that would be some from the scan. We look at LMRM. This one overall is pushing back up into this range. That's fresh news there. FDA breakthrough. So you see that up on the scan. So this morning there was it rallied, sideways move, pop with momentum, and then now it's underneath VWAP. So we'll see. And it's a lot of traffic on this higher time frame chart on LRMR. You see a lot of absorption there. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with LRMR. Little tongue twister. All right, so these are others that are on the scan. This one is not CLVT and IOVA. Someone popped these in the chat. So CLVT, not so much. IL for me, just because of how beat down the chart is. IOVA, this one has been in a range. It broke through. Broke out on the daily here. All right, and then the news isn't too strong. It's just first clinical trial. So, I like the response. May look for some scalps, but we'll have to see what happens. If that news draws attention, right? Because it's just a first trial. It's not like a FDA approval or so. So, it's worth a watch. We'll see. As you all know, sometimes some of these stocks start to run up, and you don't have to have the strongest news. If there start to get some rotation going there. Okay. All right. So that would be like my second or third tier. First tier, VIR, AMD, IBRX. That'll be like my top three, and NVIDIA. If you can trade Google, also Google is on the list there. So let me just talk about Google. All right, so this one popped from the lows, created a new high, higher low potentially there for continuation to the upside. Okay, all right, so let's see. Now the rest, there's some other names that may reactivate. Fastly was one that we traded. This one is kind of topped out a bit, but we'll see what happens if there's a higher low created. If there's a low fail, if it fails to create a low and breaks back up. So I just kind of have this one on watch, right? With stocks being at lows again, it's worth looking at like the ONDSs of the world and some of these stocks, some of the tech stocks like ONDS that'll pop up when stocks are at support and they start to rally from support. So it'd be interesting to look at some of those. So those are like my third tier, just kind of having some alarm set on those, and keeping those on watch because they'll pay out every so often, especially in the current position. We're right at support, multi-level, multi-month support on the indices. So we could see some of those stocks kind of pop back up. All right. So the rig, this one really just kind of popped up yesterday and dipped. All right. What else are you looking at? Okay. See, somebody said USAR. So rare earth stocks. Yeah, little bounce from the lows there. Okay, you can see what they do. CRML rallied all day. No new news around them, but got some action. I'm interested in AG. Remember I was telling you guys about the miners. So this one really rallied yesterday. I was trading IVRX, so I didn't trade it, but yeah, this one popped. If you look at this one, had a strong rally. Earnings came out, and yesterday rallied, popped. So this one is also, I mean, we see that it turned right now. It's trending down on lower time frame, but higher time frame is hitting in a previous support level. So we'll see. All right, so I have my main watch, and then I have a few stocks that just kind of a few other options to trade from. All right, so we're gonna see what we'll do. Okay, all right, so I think we're good. I think I've answered all the questions on the tube. Hope y'all have a great day. Thank you for just tuning in every day, dropping your options here. Yeah, also Intel is a good one as well. Yeah, so thanks for tuning in, dropping options in the chat, and just let me know if there's anything